Oh, well, this is Ryder here to review the Kamen Rider Gaim DX Peach Energy Lockseed. So this was the following Energy Lockseed that released after Peach, and just like Cherry, I don't have the box for that one, for this one, because this one was actually one of the very first DX Lockseeds I have, because Ryken bought it out of spite because he was upset at the fact that when we were buying like stuff for the first time, he wasn't having it about the fact that I wasn't getting any DX items. Well, because we didn't have anything to use it on. So, anyways, here we have the Peach Energy Lockseed right here, and obviously it's the same typical base and such. This one's definitely the most interesting because, as you can see right here, this one's actually predominantly black because the button here is black and such, which is, again, pretty interesting. I guess because pink didn't work and such, but as you can see here, we have ELS03, and we have the Peach like so, even though it's, you can say it's just an upside down heart. Pressing the back button here. Here we have the open Peach, which I really like it overall. It's kind of the same mechanism as Cherry, as again, you still have this thing and such. And you can just see how much more scuffed up my Peach Energy is. Obviously, this works all the same as is the same exact switch, to the point you can just press it down here without activating anything. Here's the slot for the Genesis driver. As you can see, it clearly presses the middle slot as it has two small square sections. I've been forgetting to mention the trans stamp, but that's because it's translucent. You can barely see it. And Sengoku driver port. Just press it back here, because again, this button just extends to that and such. So switching it on. I apologize I didn't change out the batteries for this one, but the sounds are at least still, like, they're not dying, but the LEDs are. So, again, we have our 4 traditional sounds. So obviously we just have a pink LED. And then activation. I really do like how the LED goes to the Peach, and also, as you can tell, this one has the same tone of voice like Cherry. And this one, I can definitely pick off what it's supposed to be and such. So here we have the Genesis driver like so. Like that's slightly like going down, but other than that. So there we have the transformation of Kamen Rider America Peach Energy Arms, which, again, I think it's just because of the fact she is like one of the sole female riders within the show. But like, I don't know, like I really like her sounds overall. I think it's also just because hers is like the most obvious, because it's just obviously like Arabic bass and such, and it's just really cool and such. And again, I think because of the fact the main base of this Lockseed is black, it also just really works, and like the pink just helps like give it like its own color and such. Obviously, we have our 2 individual finishers. Also, I kind of like how the LED like reflects off of the Loxy right there. But obviously, as you can see right here, obviously the Genesis driver gives this Lockseed a. It's more of a purple, I will say. I mean, it's still technically pink, but now the Sengoku driver. So again, this one was more prominent because the scene of, well, I mean, I honestly thought this was more weird of how Kota obtained this one because he literally just snatches it out of her belt, and it was just like, all right, Kota. Like at least with Cherry, like Cherry Kota like won fairly because he beat Sid, but like yeah, I get it. He caught Yoko. Like I mean, Yoko was doing like something, but the Kota was just like, okay, I'm just gonna snatch the lock out of her. I still find that to be weird. So here we are as Gaim Jimba Peach. This one obviously has a more memorable appearance, just because of the fact that Jimba Peach actually allows him to obtain like super hearing and such. Basically, like Kugo's Pegasus form. Because that's where they like were very clear with like, oh yeah, this is supposed to become a homage to like Kuga and such. And then he used, well, I mean, I feel like they only introduced it just so then he can use it again in like, was it the same episode or the episode after? Because then it never got used again. Because then I forgot to mention Jimba Melon's. Jimba Melon, I think they stated was like defense and such. But I digress. The finishers? And yeah. Actually, we should leave that. No more Genesis core. And then put the Genesis core away. So, obviously, Marika is another right-handed user, so. Really like the rift here. So glad it's so much easier to pull the locks off of there than the missile saber. But anyways, yeah, I really like this Lockseed. It's probably on par with Cherry to an extent because, like, obviously, yeah, melon energy and lemon energy just they pop a lot more. Well, they literally pop more. But I mean, like, I feel like the spring gimmicks of those ones actually obviously are more intriguing than Cherry and Peach, because obviously Cherry and Peach are just reversed wise. But like, I think just sound wise too, this one just always kind of stuck with me more and such, because like, you know, again, in my opinion, Cherry just kind of existed, and obviously it's just because like, you know, again with like within the series of Gaim, like this was like technically our only female rider merch and such. And technically, it's like the only one that was retail for Gaim, because obviously everyone else is premium and such. So of course, this one's I wouldn't necessarily say this one will be harder to obtain because of how like clamoring people are for like Marika merch, but it definitely is worth it. So Draken got this initially back in 2015, December 2015 from CS Toys for like $15, which is like pretty fine and such. But I mean, like, I think I should have said this with Cherry before. I think that's like the highest you should probably pay for a used energy Lockseed or any Lockseed as a whole, because I think a more better price would have been $10 and such, especially uh with batteries, because my Cherry did come with batteries. It's just that it was dead already. I didn't get my Peach Energy with batteries, and it was 15. I don't think it's worth it then. But um, you know, just try to like find the lowest prices possible, or heck, try to actually find the actual box. But yeah, this is actually it for the lineage of energy Lockseeds for the retail line, to which was pretty solid overall. Like, this was like obviously a nice break and a nice buffer to the toy line, just to, you know, still have things released, but like, you know, giving the Genesis driver a spotlight and such. So then like, and like, you know, still keeping the Sengoku driver relevant, but like not as like the main thing as opposed to the Genesis driver. So yeah, I'll have to do this review. This is Ryder now with people.